So, the oracle cards that I'm using for this full moon are the Moonology ones by Yasmin Boland. I love those ones. Now, the card that I did shuffle out and pull out before, the card that we got come out was this one. It's time to take action, and that comes under the new moon in Aries. So, new moon cards that we get come up. New moons are always about like new starts, new intentions. um Now this one particularly with this card, it's saying to us the message of it's time to take action. So if we have a little sit and think, like, what is it at the minute that we need to push forward with? Like, what do we need to take action on? Because this card is prompting us to do that, basically. So it could come under anything, like, what have we been sat around the last month or so, and what do we know that we need to do? It could be like sorting paperwork, could be sorting bills out. It could be things that, we want to accomplish or achieve, but what are we actually doing to get ourselves in that position to be able to do that? um you know I said earlier this year, after everything that's been going on, I said, you know what, I think it's sensible, I want to become more self-sufficient. Like, what can I do? So, me and one of my friends were having this conversation, and we decided, you know what, being more self-sufficient, let's start with like trying to grow some of our own like fruits or vegetables where we can. So becoming more self-sufficient in that respect. And like, we'd spoken about it a couple of times, and then I think it was like last week we actually, we put it into plan, we put it into action. We got some we got loads of things, to be honest. And we've set them up, and that's going to be our project now, and we're going to be working towards that. So this definitely does come with a message to everyone. And also, I think there is an underlying message of this with the taking action part. Is, I think a lot of people over like the last year or so now, a lot of people have been aware of certain things, but who can honestly say, like, hand on heart, that they're not just like listening to what's on the TV, the radio, the news, friends or family, but are you actually taking action yourself to actively look things up, to research information? What are in that respect? Because I think a lot of us can become quite lazy and quite placid, and we just accept things. But actually, this is a prompt from the universe that it is time to take action, and it is time to look at things. And what can you be doing to be more proactive? Like, I always use this as an example. Like, knowledge is power. Okay, so the more knowledge you have, the more power you have in a situation. Anyone can tell you something or tell you to do something, but are you actually gonna listen to that, or are you gonna come off on your own accord, and tap into like your intuition and your inner voice, and what sounds right to you, what doesn't sound right for you? And then don't just trust what you're told. Like, go and take action and look things up for yourself, do your own research, and ultimately trust your own gut instinct. If something doesn't feel right, then it most likely isn't. This card also brings us like to an awareness, and some kind of prompt that it gives is that we should also, not saying we should be doing it, but some things like people might find helpful is it does advise to do like a 12-month plan. So if within the next year there's certain things that you want to achieve or you want to aim for, write yourself like a little plan, and put yourself together a little action pack of actually how are you going to work towards that. So say you want to do a new course in something, or you want to learn more about something. It's all very well saying you want to do it, oh yeah, I want to do that, but actually, like, take the time out, set aside 20 minutes, get online. Everything's at the touch of a button these days, so like research into that, look at different options that could be available, then enroll yourself on something, like do a bit of comparisons, like, but be active in doing that. Another thing I feel like with this full moon as well, that's quite a big thing that we have to focus on, is obviously with it being in Libra and the energy on like relationships and healing, that a lot of us still collectively in humanity, and individually, we all have a lot of healing still to do. So we need to take action within that and do that. It's not going to be glamorous, it's not going to be easy, pretty, or fashionable. Like, healing is like dark, deep, and painful, but it's essential for our souls, and our soul journey here. Like ultimately we need to heal and master all that we need to in this life, so we can like ascend in doing that. So definitely take a little bit of time aside and sit with yourself, either meditate or sit quietly and think like, what is it I need to do, and what are the steps I'm going to do to get there, because that's what a new moon sign is about as well.